If your life isn't moving in the direction you want it to go, or if you feel overwhelmed by everything on your plate, then this video is for you. You can apply the methods in this video and see immediate results. If you develop a habit of applying the methods shown in this video, then you can learn how to achieve any goal you set. What's up everybody? Tanvir Ahmed here. Welcome back to another video. And if you're watching this video, which obviously you are, I'm grateful to have you. Life is harder now because our world is designed to distract us. Our world is more confusing than ever. This is no secret. Depression and anxiety rates are skyrocketing. Addiction is an epidemic. Obesity continues to rise. General unhappiness, numbness, and dissatisfaction are basically the expected norm. Gratitude is the mother of virtues. You've heard that 1,000 times. But what does it actually mean to be grateful? Clearly, it isn't writing down a list of things that you're grateful for once per year on Thanksgiving. And even though that's a helpful exercise, there's a lot more to it. And it's not that complicated. Fundamentally, gratitude is intended to change three things: your past, your present, and, you guessed it, your future. If you're not transforming your past, present, and future, then you're not fully experiencing the benefits of gratitude. Every morning, you have the opportunity to trigger a mental and emotional state that sustains throughout the whole day. If you start your day right, you'll be shocked at the momentum you can create. So here is how to apply the three methods of gratitude. First, let's talk about transforming your past. Dan Sullivan, the founder of Strategic Coach, has a very important concept he teaches entrepreneurs. He calls it the gap and the gain. Most people are living in the gap. They see what's missing. For example, you could get your son a candy bar on your way home from work, and when you give it to him, he might say, "You didn't get the one I like." Your son didn't notice or appreciate the fact that you went out of your way to get him a gift. He only noticed that the thing wasn't what it could have been. He didn't realize that he gained something. He only saw the gap. Most people live their entire lives in the gap. Dan teaches his entrepreneurs instead to live in the gain. This is actually quite simple. Rather than measuring yourself against your ideal scenario, you measure yourself against where you were before. This is very effective for goal setting. Most people don't like goals because being ambitious is emotionally taxing. It hurts to fail and it's a letdown to succeed. But these emotional problems come from focusing on the wrong thing. People get emotionally attached to the outcomes when they're living in the gap. When you live in the gain, all you see is progress. What you focus on expands. When all you see is progress, your brain comes to expect it more and more. You get progress without being attached to specific outcomes, even though those outcomes come with increased velocity. Every day you could measure the gain. You could look back at the end of your day and think to yourself, what were my 3 greatest wins of the day? Now, as much as measuring the gain is key, you also want to remember the gain. Most people, when they look back on their past, often remember the gaps. They remember where things didn't go as well as they could have. They think about how their parents didn't show up as much as they could. It's very easy in relationships to be in the gap, where all you see is where the other person isn't up to par. That's a horrible way to be in a relationship. It's also not fair to the other person. Being in the gap forces your brain to think that things cannot change. It's how you develop a negatively fixed mindset. So one of the key strategies of gratitude to apply is reshaping your memory of the past. Yes, you heard that correctly. Your past is not objective. Rather, your past is entirely subjective. It's a meaning, good or bad, happy or sad. You are the person who ascribes meaning to your experiences. You are the one ascribing meaning and context to your past experiences. It's highly likely that a great deal of your past is in the gap. Gratitude allows you to remember your past while being entirely focused on the gain. Re-remember. Yeah, I don't think that's a word. When you recontextualize your past, you'll never be the victim of your past again. Most people, when describing their current circumstances, point to their past. I'm the way I am because of so-and-so. Your past doesn't need to be something you are the victim to. Instead, your past can be something that's continually inspiring you and propelling you forward. If you truly want to embody and experience the benefits of gratitude, then you need to stop looking at it in an objective sense. You cannot say, "But you don't understand. My past really is unique. And it was horrible." I am not trying to downplay what happened to you, nor am I trying to ignore the emotional impact of your previous experiences. What I'm trying to tell you is that, quite literally, you are the designer of your past. You get to decide the narrative and the perspective and the context. Your past is whatever you ascribe meaning to. You can remember the gains or you can remember the pain. Post-traumatic growth is the opposite of PTSD. You could have any negative experience imaginable and become better from it. This may take time, but if you're conscious about your emotions, and if you're conscious about your future, then you can turn any negative experience into a lot of gain. Your painful experiences become the doorway to growth and experiences, as well as service to others dealing with similar problems. Your biggest failures and problems can be, if you let them, your greatest drivers of success, learning, and joy. But you need to choose how you see and remember them. It's entirely up to you. You can remember the gain or the gap, but how you choose to remember determines your past. Now let's move on to transforming your present circumstances. Very rarely are you going to be in ideal circumstances. There will always be friction and challenges to living your dreams. There will always be inconveniences. The problem isn't actually your circumstances, but how you're looking at them. Perfect circumstances are not exactly ideal. If you look at nature, plants and animals that thrive do so because of difficult circumstances. You don't want perfect circumstances. You want and need a challenge to grow. But circumstances in general, particularly your current circumstances, need to be reframed. If you're going to pay any attention on your circumstances, you should consciously focus on the good in them. Have gratitude for the amazing people in your life, for the opportunities you currently have, and for the chance to live on this beautiful planet. If you're watching this video, then you have access to resources that would blow the minds of most of human history. So, as challenging and limiting as your current circumstances are, you're probably living in the gap. And when you're living in the gap, it really doesn't matter what you have. You won't see it that way. You could be a billionaire, and if you're living in the gap, it won't be enough. So part one of transforming your present is actually appreciating it. It's not about your resources, but how resourceful you are. There are people who have far less and doing far more with what they have than you are. It's not your circumstances, it's you. But there's actually a problem focusing on your circumstances at all. You're actually far better off focusing on your capability. This is a powerful shift. If you focus on your circumstances, you'll find plenty to complain about. But if you focus on your capability, then your only option is to get moving. Your capability is always above your circumstances. There is always something you can do to impact and change your life and move in the direction you want to go. Having gratitude for the opportunity to grow and move forward is how you change your present. You see all the beauty in what you currently have, and you recognize the amazing power you have to improve upon what you have. If you're focused on your capability, then you're more likely to put your energy into creating and moving forward. But if you're more focused on your circumstances, then you're more likely to put your energy into consumption and avoidance. How much time are you spending consuming? How much time are you spending creating? If you're consuming, then you're likely living in the gap. You're likely focused on your circumstances and what's wrong and difficult about them. If you're creating, then your focus isn't on your present circumstances. It's on your future ones. You're telling a story about your life and you're the one creating it. And that is a powerful way to live. Have gratitude for the present and have gratitude for what you can do. This allows you to create powerfully. Moving on, let's transform your future. Right here and now. You are the designer of your past memories, your present experiences, and your future as well. Every morning during your morning meditation and visualization session, you want to experience and fully embody gratitude for the future. Visualization is far more powerful when it is mental and emotional. The more emotional and embodied the visualization, the more you will believe and know that it's true. Gratitude for your future bolsters your faith. It allows you to know that you'll succeed way before you do. While most people are defined by experiences in their past, successful people are defined by experiences in their future. What experiences do you want to have? What events in your future do you want to see occur? Are you living your life right now as though those experiences were for sure going to happen? Are you living your life right now to consciously create those experiences? Do you have complete peace that your dreams will come true? If not, then you likely won't succeed. Your negative emotional state will stop you from having the very things you want. Your emotional state is fundamental to what you create in your life and future. If you're at a place of acceptance, peace, and trust, then you'll be able to navigate the challenges you'll face toward your dreams. Every day, experience the complete gratitude for your inevitable success of the future. Then act the part. Here and now. You are the one creating your experience in life. You are the one who shapes the meaning of your past. You are the one who determines how well you'll do, regardless of the circumstances you're in. Just like your past, your circumstances are subjective, not objective. Your circumstances are a meaning with which you decide what to do. Focus on your capacity, not your circumstances. When you focus on your capacity, you realize that you have the power to create your desired future, regardless of what you see in front of you. When you focus on capacity, you stop being bogged down by all of the friction and challenges in your current circumstances. Undoubtedly, your life is hard. It's far from perfect. There are constraints stopping you from actively moving forward. But in large respect, those constraints are in your head. Focusing on the constraints only makes them larger in your mind. Focusing on what you can do right now is how you change those constraints. You can change your life one day at a time. Every morning, you can experience huge amounts of gratitude for your past, your present, and your future. If you take a few minutes to actually do this, then you'll be shocked at how good you feel. You'll be shocked at the hope and optimism you feel for your future. You'll have a desire to reach out and connect with your loved ones and tell them how grateful you are for them. When you begin operating from a place of true gratitude, you'll immediately begin transforming your life and your relationships. What are you waiting for? No more consuming, no more focusing on the problems in your life or your past. Instead, take ownership of your experiences. Take ownership of your past and the narrative of your past. You have divine potential and unlimited capacity, but only if you focus your attention on what you can do rather than what's wrong. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you liked it. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Wow, that was a long one. This has to be my longest video yet. Pretty sure. Actually, I'm 100% sure this is the longest video on my channel. So, like it, love it, or hate it, it is the way it is. But I hope you enjoyed it. So, I will see you. Wait, why am I saying it again? I already said it. What's the point of me saying it another time? This is post-credit scenes, so you get a little behind the scenes of nothingness. I mean, this video is already long enough and I'm stretching it even further by just wasting your time. Why are you even here? Why are you even here listening to me? Just go away. Don't be here. You're just wasting your time. I'm just saying whatever I feel like saying. Doesn't have any meaning. Well, actually, it has meaning. Everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. No, everything does not have meaning. It's an illusion. It's just an illusion. We think everything has meaning, but everything doesn't have meaning. Some things are just meaningless.